Recording in progress.
Thank you for joining me today for our Pilates session. We were going to be working on our upper body and we're going to be focusing mainly on one particular exercise, which is probably one of the best exercises you can do anywhere, anytime, that helps to build your upper body strength, helps to build your arms, your shoulders, your back, and your abdominals as well. We're going to be working through different stages on this exercise because there's various levels. We're going to start with a nice easy one for anybody that's struggling with upper body strength and would like a good way to get started. Then we're going to progress to the next stage, which is more of an intermediate. And then eventually we will lead to some quite challenging and very high advanced styles of this particular exercise. Now, this exercise is known as a push-up or press-up, and it's the best exercise for developing a stronger upper body. Now, vast majority of us are stronger in our legs, so this is a great exercise for anybody who is struggling on that top half. So we're going to start with our beginner one, which is going to involve being on the knees. So you might want to use a cushion depending on how your knees are. Just make sure that the surface is comfortable on your knees and into what we call a knee press up. So before we actually get started with these, you just need to make sure that the arms and shoulders are prepared, because if you're doing this first thing in the morning, you don't want to potentially cause any damage. So we just want to make sure that the upper half of our body is prepared and ready. So we're going to stay down on the floor. We're going to take our arms. We're going to prepare the shoulders. We're going to take the arms out wide, and we're just going to do little circular movements with these arms. And then we're just going to gradually increase the size of these circles. Let's make them a slightly bigger. Every time we go round, we're going to increase the size. So now the arms have a wider range of motion. Okay, so after a while now, shoulders going to start to get a little tired. So we're just going to go a little bit more, just maybe another 10 seconds or so. Going to start to make the circles smaller again. Reduce the size. And then we're just going to give them a bit of a rest, a little bit of a roll in the shoulders. So from there, just relax and roll the shoulders back. And then if we just take our hands back of the head, elbows there parallel to each other, facing forward. Going to open up the chest, a lot of pectoral work going, which is just here in this particular type of exercise. Just helping to engage the shoulder blades as well. Okay, just a couple more. And then again, just relax and roll, loosen the head. And then if we just take one arm up, place it behind, take hold, and just stretch across there. And then if we switch over, one hand behind, hold, and stretch this side. Okay, so from that, relax, roll, loosen, and then we shall begin. So into our knee press up to begin with. Now, filming yourself doing this or using a mirror can be quite helpful, as we want to look at our position, look at our posture. So in the press up position on the knees, we want to distribute the weight nice and evenly down to the floor. What we don't want is we don't want to drop and push our bum up in the air. like that. We need to make sure that the weight is evenly distributed. So we want the hips just slightly below the shoulders. But just be aware there's no dip in the back, so we're not like this. Hips are just below the shoulders. The arms are going to be about shoulder width. The hands are going to be just roughly underneath the shoulders. The head doesn't drop forward. We look down towards the mat, but the neck stays in line with the spine. So we've got just nice straight body. And then when we inhale, we come down, and we want to be bringing the chest just almost a fist height away from the mat. So if we inhale and come down, bend, exhale, come up. That's the coming up, that's the hard bit. So you might want to use a cushion, a book, or something there to give you something to aim towards, because you may not be able to go all the way down to the mat. So once again, arms shoulder width, hips again just slightly below shoulder height there, so we've got no bum in the air. Head nice and straight, neck in line with spine. Breathe in, come down, let the weight evenly come down. And then exhale, we push and we come back up. If you need to, just sit back and drop into a child's pose to rest those arms. And all we're doing is focusing on one as your starting position. One quality press up and then rest. So inhale, come down again. Now with the elbows, they're kind of bending behind us. They can come out to the side, but ideally we want them back. So if you watch the elbows now, we come down, the elbows are facing back. That gives us work around the arms, around the tricep. So we've done one. Now we're going to try and aim for two. So we're going to inhale, come down. Breathe out, come up. One. Straight into a second. Then ease off, relax. So if you can do two, let's see if we can do three. And use this as a challenge. See how far you can get up the ladder. Get back down for one. Now two. And then third. Okay, ease off, relax. And then you can progress. You can try four and see how far you get. And if you fall, then that's your target to aim for. Okay. So going from the basic now press up to the one where we take the knees away to a more intermediate press up. Position exactly the same. All we're doing now is lifting the knees. So we're kind of holding a plank. The shoulders are on top. The hips are just below the shoulders. There's no bum in the air. There's no dipping at the back. We inhale, we come down. This is where it gets tougher. We exhale, push back up. Ease off, rest, treat it like the challenge again. We did one, and then we can aim for two. So aiming for two, come down. It's that pause at the bottom that's going to be the hardest. So if you can't get all the way down, use something to aim towards. So you might want to try the cushion. So we can try for three. Using the cushion there. It's a starting point. Just makes things a little bit easier, and then you can gradually use a smaller cushion, and then at some point, no cushion at all. So again, work your way up the ladder. A lot of pressure going on the wrists. You might need to rest those arms every so often. And now we could go for an advanced press up. We could really start to target the arms even more with this advanced press up. We take our grip a little closer. So where we've had shoulder width, we bring the hands together. We create an almost diamond shape with our hands. And then we come up. So we're going to start with one. And we're going to do this in the knee position to start with. So again, position, hips just below shoulders. Inhale, come down. The elbows come back. We drop, we push. That's one. Rest, aim for two. Use the cushion if you need to. One, two. You'll feel this a lot more at the back of the arms than you would do with the previous one. And then, if you want to go to the next stage, we just lift those knees, go to that plank position, inhale down, breathe out up. And then ease up and rest. So you can practice this every day. You can practice it a couple of times a day, giving yourself adequate rest between each time you do it, because obviously it's going to take a lot out of your wrists, it's going to take a lot out of your shoulders. Hope you've enjoyed this session on how to do press-ups. Take care of yourself, stay in good health, and I will see you soon.